Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Manchakalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhuvaya Vacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nilachara Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Vadabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Namah. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Are you able to hear me and see my screens?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. So we have been discussing about Ramayana, the pastimes of Lord Ram, or about Lord Ram and his associates like Lakshmanji, Hanumanji, Bharat, Shatrugna, and then we discussed all the sargas and the kandas of the Ramayana, starting from Balakanda, then to Ayodhya Kanda, then Kiskindha Kanda, then Sundara Kanda, Jidhya Kanda, Uttara Kanda, all these things we discussed. So many devotees very nicely shared so many pastimes from Valmiki Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas, and they refer so many senior Vaishnavas, so many our Maharaj are described so beautifully. Like if we log on to ISKCON Desire, you see nice discourses from our Radha Govind Maharaj, Radhanath Maharaj, Bhakti Samta Maharaj, so many disciples, so many sannyashis have very beautifully have described about Ramayana pastimes. Lord Ram, basically, he is we can say that he is if we say a small child's language, he is basically a hero of India, we can say like that. Like he has all kind of virtues. He has everything good within him. Selflessness, humility, like, he's a very good ideal son, ideal king, ideal brother, everything that's ideal. And it is very difficult, like to follow Lord Ram. So Lord Ram, basically, he was basically, like we see that all the yugas we see, we have like Satya Yuga, then Treta Yuga, then comes Dwapar Yuga, then Kali Yuga. So we see that, like Ramayana, basically, it takes us through a ride or discourses of Lord Ram, and it says about the journey of Lord Ram, and in some other, like senior Maharaj and sannyasis have described, like Ramayana is not only about journey of Lord Ram. Some says that, it also associated with Rama's journey. Like Rama, basically, it's fondly, Sita is also called as Rama. Basically, she's like Radharani is Prajapatensi of Krishna. Similarly, Sita also is associated with Ram. So how the journey of Sita is there? If we analyze Ramayana, there are so many kandas are there. Like Balakanda is there, Ayodhya Kanda is there, Aranya Kanda is there, so many kandas are there. So each and every kanda we see the Sitaji's significant contribution is there. It's all, everything is about Sitaji. Balakanda we see it is getting like Sita is getting married, Sita Swayamvar is happening. Then we see Ayodhya Kanda, like Sita is accompanying Lord Ram, how he is going into austerity, how he is being a princess and being a queen and being a daughter-in-law of a Chakravarti Samrat Dasarath, he is basically going to exile with Lord Ram. So all about how Sita is adjusting, what Sita is doing. Then it goes to Aranyakand. Sita got kidnapped or abducted by the demon Ravan. Then what happens in Aranyakand, like how Rama is searching for Sita. Then comes Kiskindakand. Kiskindakand, we see that again, Sita's topic comes. How Lord Ram and Banaras are trying to locate Sita. So what they're doing, how all the ornaments of Sita, like Sugriva is finding. Again, discussion about Mother Sita. Then comes Sundarkand. Sundarkand is basically discussion between Sita and Hanuman. What Hanuman is doing, how he is creating a havoc in Lanka after he meets Sita. Then how he sees, how he basically he's discussing with Mother Sita. Basically conversation between Mother Sita and Hanuman. Then comes the Yuddha Kanda. Yuddha Kanda is basically reunion of Mother Sita and Lord Ram. Then Agni Parikya and all those pastimes are there. Then comes the Uttarakand. Uttarakand basically is Mother Sita's departure from the material planet. Basically, after completing her Leela or pastime, she is going back to her mother, Bhumi Devi. So understanding the Ramayana after basically 2 yugas is very difficult from a common man's perspective, point of view. We might have eyes, but we might not have sufficient intelligence to understand Ramayana. So if we see that Mother Sati, who is concept of Lord Shiva, who is we can say that basically she is the creator of Maya, we can say. She also got bewildered once. So once what happened, like Sati and Shiva, Lord Shiva, they were basically sitting under a tree, and Lord Shiva basically he was glorifying Lord Ram or Lord Vishnu, he was just glorifying. Then all of a sudden he looked down and he saw that Lord Ram basically he is basically searching inside the forest, and she is just crying, "Oh Sita, Sita, where are you?" Basically, he is basically touching a tree and asking, "Have you seen my Sita? Have you seen my wife?" He's inquiring like that. Then Lakshmana is also running after him, and they both the brothers are looking for Mother Sita. Then Lord Shiva basically what he did, he told let Sachidananda, my Bhagavan, Vishnu and Lord Ram, I bow down to his feet. You are always Atmaram. Then he bowed down to Lord Ram, and he told, who can understand Lord's Maya? He bowed down. Then Sati was asking, quite kind of confused, what Ram is saying, what like his husband is doing. So he saw that a young boy who is wandering in the forest, and he's crying. All the teardrops are coming from his eyes, and he is searching like a madman, like where is my wife has gone. So Sati was very doubtful that is he really Supreme Personality of Godhead to whom my husband is going down? So he had a doubt. She had a doubt. So Lord Shiva could understand what is in Sati's mind. So he told her, don't doubt. My Prabhu is basically Sri Ram, and he is Sachidananda. He is always Atmaram, and he is always in a bliss. And but Sati had a doubt. So then Lord Shiva told, if you had a doubt, why don't you go and check? So Sati went down, but be careful. Then Shiva also warned him that Sati, please be careful. Then Sati went down to the forest to the forest, and he basically thought that I am going to get dressed up myself as Mother Sita so that Ram will get confused. So she get dressed up as Mother Sita. If we see in this picture, like Sati gets dressed up as Mother Sita, and he comes in front of Lord Ram. So Lord Ram basically looks behind, and he saw that in the crying face, he saw that Sita is standing. But Lord Ram could understand, looking at her, that this is Sati. So in same mood, Lord Ram came, and basically he bowed down to Sati and asked her, "Mother, what are you doing here in this forest alone, leaving your husband? What are you doing here? Your husband is sitting under the tree. Better you go to him quickly." Then Sati was very confused, and he could realize what he has done. Siva, first he has basically done. Then she was just turning and going back, and he has this repentation in her mind that what anartha I have done, and I actually basically I had a doubt on Supreme Personality and Godhead, and who is basically my husband was telling me not to do that, and I had done it. So then she was very much confused and bewildered. And while she was going, she saw that Ram, Lakshmana, Sita, and they are walking in the forest. Ram and Sita is standing together. Like she could see hundreds of Ram and Sita together. Basically, Ram and Sita are never separated. So she could see that. And again, she turned back. She saw that Ram is again searching for Sita, and Ram is crying. So now she could understand her heart, like that she has committed a great offense at the lotus feet of Ram and her husband. So she came back to where her husband was waiting. Then Lord Shiva asked, "Did you test?" But that moment, like when Lord Ram or Krishna's Maya captures, that could also capture also Sati also. Sati basically she is personified of Mahamaya, you can say that. But she also got captivated by Lord Ram's energy. So she has till that day, Sati has never told a lie to Sipshi. But that day, Sati told, no, I did not taste him. But since you told that, yes, he is your Aradhya, he is Lord Ram, and I just went and I just bowed down to him, and I came back. But then what Lord Shiva could understand by his meditations, he could understand what Sati has done exactly. Then he told that I could understand my Lord Ram. My Lord Ram, actually, Sati, you have never told lie to me, but due to this my Lord Ram's energy, and his Sachidananda, and he can do anything. My Lord Ram can do anything, and because of him, you could tell lie to me. So he started a little laughing at Mother Sati. So let's stop this story here. Then from this we can understand that it is very difficult to understand Lord Ram's pastime, but we need a good heart. We need to have a good intelligence to understand these beautiful pastimes. And with the blessings of Guru and Gauranga and our Srila Prabhupada's books, we can understand it in detail with good intelligence. So let's little bit discuss about Mother Sita's lineage and her dynasty. So Mother Sita basically is coming from a distinguished lineage. Her father name was Sirodhwaj. Often actually we called him a Janak Raja. Basically we tell sometimes to her a Janak Nandini. We sometimes tell that yes, Sita's father is Janak and he is a Mahajan. But Janak basically is a title given to the dynasty of Sirodhwaj. That we're going to see in 1 or 2 minutes. We're going to discuss about that part, why it is called Janak and why she is called Janak Nandini. So, and Sita's mother's name was Sunayana. So the lineage of Janak, as mentioned in Ramayana, who ruled over Mithila, is as follows. So basically, there was a king called Nimi. So Nimi was a very pious king. And that once Nimi actually he decided to do some yajna. So Nimi's school guru was Vasishtha. So Nimi approached Vasishtha that, hey Vasishtha ji, I want to do some fire sacrifice for the benefit of my citizens. Can you help me? So Vasishtha agreed, but Vasishtha told that I have a condition. King Indra has already invited me, so I have to go there. And once I come back from King Indra's yajna, I'll come and do your yajna. So Nimi also agreed. But Vasishtha took a little bit more time at Indra's palace. So in the meanwhile, time was passing. So Nimi basically what he did, he called another equivalent priest and he did that fire sacrifice. So when the fire sacrifice was ending and Nimi was giving donation to the Brahmanas, he was just giving the cows, that time Vasishtha came. After Vasishtha came, Vasishtha became very furious that you did not wait for me and you started doing this yajna. So then he cursed Nimi that since you basically you leave your body, I'm cursing you. Nimi also told that Nimi also was a very pious king. He told, without any fault, you are giving me curse. And first of all, you are our Kulguru and we are going to do the fire sacrifice at Indra. So I am also cursing you that you also leave your body. So both of them basically, since they were very pious, both of them basically were dead that time. The pujaris who were doing the fire sacrifice, they were very speechless what to do now. The kingdom has no king and no kulguru. Who is going to take care? So they did try to do some fire sacrifice or some yajna, some prayers with Nimi's dead body and try to revive. They could revive Nimi, but Nimi told her, see, I don't want to live because I'm not attached to body and I don't want to get into this body anymore. So then the pujaris told the brahmanas told that, no, see, you have destined to live certain time, then how can you live early? So whatever the case may be, then Nimi did not agree. Nimi told, no, it's enough for me, I don't want to, and please allow me to leave the body. So then the pujari basically, Bhagavatam it is mentioned that they tried to churn Nimi's body. While they churned Nimi's body, basically from the body, they could generate another baby. The baby's name was Mithi. Why it is Mithi? Because the churning process is called Manthanam. From the Manthanam, the baby was born. That's why he was called Mithi. From Mithi, which basically the kingdom of Mithila is there. So Mithila is there. Now, Mithi's body is same as Nimi's body because they have the same. He has got the same father's body, but Nimi also doesn't have a body. He's not attached to the body also. So that's why he is called. See, another name of Nimi is called also Videha. So the king. That's why this Mithi's kingdom also is called Videha kingdom. So another name of Sita we can tell her as Vaidehi. And since she is the princess of Mithila, he's basically some people tell her also Maithili also. Some people also tell her or like that. She is also referred. So Mithi is there. So why they are called also Videha? Because they are not attached to the body. If we see Nimi or Mithi, basically they are not attached to body at all. Anybody in the dynasty, like if we see Sita Ma's example, she is going to forest accompanying her husband, and finally she is staying in Valmiki's hermitage. So she is not at the body comfort level. She is kind of sacrifice, all kind of noble virtues are there. So that's why they are called Videha or Vaidehi. She is referred as Vaidehi, the kingdom, because Videha is the kingdom and she is the princess of that, so she is referred also as Vaidehi. Now, since now the Tom is Janak. So Mithi basically it says that scripture says that Mithi's body basically he doesn't have a father. Basically, he is coming out from a dead body. So his body basically is his father. So that's why he is called Janak. Himself is Janak. So that's why his name is Mithi Janak. So basically, Janak is the title. So from the Mithi Janak, then we have the other kings, Uda Basu, then Nandivardhan, Suketu. The list goes on like this. And finally, it comes to Hirsibharama and his sons are Siradhwaja and Kusadhwaja. Basically, Siradhwaja is Siradhwaja Janak, who is father of Mother Sita. So once what happened that when the Siradhwaja Janak, who was, he also decided to do some fire sacrifice. So while he was plowing the land, the plow basically was tipping into a object. So it was not going further. So he was surprising why it is not going. So he gives some donation, then again did the plowing. After some time also, this again it is stuck in the soil, it was not moving. So he decided to see what is inside that. So he tried to open it and he saw that there is a golden box is inside there. And inside the golden box on the top of a lotus, a beautiful baby is baby girl is sitting there with effulgence coming all around. So Janak Raja didn't have any kid. He was basically childless that time. So very happily he took the child onto his lap. And since the child was found on the tip of the tip of the plow is called Sita in Sanskrit. That's why his another name was Sita. So people call her Sita or Shia or Janak Nandini or Janaki because she is the daughter of Maharaj Janak. Another name is Vaidehi, as he is the princess of Videha. Then Maithili, because he is from Mithi kingdom. Then Janak Nandini is another name because he is daughter of Janak. Then Raghav Priya, some name because he is beloved of Raghav. Then Bhumija, because he is coming out of Mother Earth or Bhumi Devi. So this is all about the lineage of Mother Sita and her dynasty and about her father, King Srishiradha Janak. Also, we know that from the 12 Mahajanas, her father also was a Mahajan. So we see that how important is Mother Sita's dynasty is there and how powerful was they were actually. So here actually is the Mithila kingdom in the current scenario, if you see. So Mithila basically is part of Bihar and the other part is from Nepal. If we see here, this this part basically this like sea green part and this other lighter green part basically is part of India, and here the other two parts, the parrot green and the aqua green, these two are basically from the Nepal side. This is the Kosi province. This is the Kosi province basically, and this is the Madhya province of Nepal, and the other parts is Bihar. So there is the place. There are actually Sita's birthplace and Sita's marriage place are can be found in these two areas. So there is a debate basically whether Sita is from part of Sita is from Sita's pastime is conducted in either Bihar or in Nepal. So let's go to the virtues or the qualities or the what are the life lessons this we are learning from Mother Sita's pastime. So often his Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada says, books are the basis, utility is the principle, preaching is the essence, but the most important thing is purity is the force. His Divine Grace always tells that purity is the force. So the purity or chastity part, we can if we want to epitome someone as a character, as like pinnacle of purity or pinnacle of chastity, Mother Sita basically comes. The left hand picture, the right hand top picture, we see that Mother Sita basically, first he is doing, she's trying to lift a Shiv Dhanush. Basically, Shiv Dhanush was given by Parsuramji to Janak Raja. So Shiv Dhanush was very heavy, and it was Lord Janak. Basically, Lord Janak was keeping in his palace very nicely, and he was basically worshipping Shiv Dhanush. So Shiv Dhanush was very heavy, and when somebody they want to move it to somewhere, 1,000 elephants used to come, so many soldiers used to come. They used to try to lift it, and still it was very difficult for them to lift it. So Sita, with her sisters, basically she was playing in the courtyard of the palace with a flower ball, and while playing with the sisters, basically the ball went inside under the basically under the Shiv Dhanush it went. So she basically coolly she came inside to the palace, and she saw that the ball basically is under the Shiv Dhanush. So she lifted the Shiv Dhanush on the left hand and took the ball and went out. That time Janak Raja and his minister was nearby. So they were very surprised to see 1,000 soldiers and the 1,000 elephants who find it difficult to lift the Shiv Dhanush. Same Shiv Dhanush is getting lifted by Sita. So they were surprised. That time Janak Raja decided, if I want to get Sita married somehow, I have to find a suitor or is a basically prospective husband for her who will be very much compatible with her in strength. So basically, the person who can lift Shiv Dhanush, he is basically going to marry Sita. That was King Janak's basically, that was his condition for Sita Swayamvar. Anyway, we know the story that Lord Ram could fulfill that. He could break the Shiv Dhanush, and finally Ram and Sita was married. So we could understand from here that how powerful could be Sita could be. That in left hand she is able to lift Shiv Dhanush. So then later on we see that Ravana basically in what he did when Sita was in exile in forest, he came in a deceptive mood as a sannyasi and asking for alms, and he kidnapped Mother Sita in out of deceit. So then he kept Sita in Osok Patika. The bottom picture we see that basically Sita Maya is in the Osok Patika and Ravan is coming to talk to him. Ravan basically applied the Sam Dam Dand Ved we say from the Chanakya's principle. They to break, if you want to break anybody's courage, what they do, they apply Sam Dam Dand Ved. Sam basically, you talk soothing words. Dam basically you give some kind of some kind of so, some good money, some token of gifts you try to give. Basically, it's some finance benefit. Dand means you give some kind of punishment. Ved means you do some cruelty talk or some kind of manipulating talk you do. So basically, he did all kind of things to break Sita's courage. He tried to tell Sita that Sita, you are so beautiful. If I'm going to marry, I will make you my queen, and Mandodari will serve you. I have so many queens; they're going to serve you, and this entire Lanka will be. You will be the queen of Lanka. Then it didn't work. Then she tried to threaten Mother Sita that within 2 months, if you do not, surrender to me, you do not consider me as your husband, I'm going to kill you. Then basically he gave so many, tried to give so many necklaces to her. Nothing worked. Then finally, what she did, what he was doing, he was basically trying to tell that, trying to really demotivate Mother Sita by telling that Lord Ram is dead. Sometimes what he will do, he will get a head of Lord Ram and keep it in front of Sita, and he tell that yes, Sita, Ram is already killed, I have killed. Like that, he tried to break Sita's courage like anything, but nothing worked. Sita never actually, Sita basically, he did not budge. Once, it happened like that, Ravan also threatened that I'm going to kill you if you do not comply to my desire within 2 months. So Mother Sita became very furious and he told the following line to Ravan. It is mentioned in Ramayana, in Valmiki Ramayana, in the basically the Lanka Kanda, it is basically mentioned here. His Mother Sita was so mad, so angry, she replied, "Oh Ravan, although you are fit to be burned into ashes by my power of chastity, I am not reducing into ashes because I do not have the permission of Lord Ram to burn you. Hence, I am withholding my spiritual power." So here we can understand that same Sita who was able to lift Shivdhanus, and she is swaying Mother Lakshmi, or like goddess of fortune herself. So definitely she can do whatever she wants to do, but she is basically playing a role here to assist Lord Ram in the mission for killing, for establishing dharma and killing all the monsters at one time. So basically, she's assisting in Lord Ram's mission. So though she has the caliber to crush Ravan's pride and to burn into ashes, but she is just tolerating all this agonies on all these pains because she didn't have the permission of Lord Ram to burn him. So then Srila Prabhupada in Srimad Bhagavatam, when he's describing about about Lord Ram and Raman pastime, he mentions here that due to basically Sita's curse, what happened? The soldiers of Brahman basically they were little bit kind of with less energy. So we see when the Ramayana at the end when the war is going on, Rama, Lakshmana basically they are fighting with Indrajit, they're fighting with Ravana, they're fighting with Kumbhakarna, all the big warriors. But then there are so many demons are there, so many soldiers of Brahmana's army are there. They are also very powerful. They have so many weapons. They know so many black magics. They can do anything. But they were simply crossed and killed by the monkeys. The monkeys are basically throwing stones at them. The Ravana soldiers have so many weapons and they have so many advanced weapons. Monkeys didn't have anything. They were simply throwing stones on them and trees on them. With that, at least half of the Ravana's army were basically killed. So this is basically due to the curse of Mother Sita and the heinous act Ravana has done on Mother Sita, and due to her chastity, the power of Ravana the and the demon soldiers were basically reduced. Srila Prabhupada explains further in the purport that not only was Mother Sita powerful, but any woman who follows the footsteps of Mother Sita can also become simply powerful. In description of an ideal chaste woman, Mother Sita will be always number one. So this chastity and purity, basically, we have to learn from Mother Sita's example. So the next one is basically compassion. Compassion, basically, we refer it as karuna. Compassion, we see that our lordship, like whether it is Lord Krishna, Lord Jagannath, they are all full of compassion. They are basically very compassionate towards his devotees, towards the enemies, their compassion. So if the right hand side, the top picture we see Bibhishan, King Bibhishan basically is coming and paying obeisances next to Lord Ram and asking a shelter. So when but Bibhishana basically is representing from the enemy side, but still Lord Ram basically is giving shelter to Bibhishan. So Lord Ram's compassion towards everybody. We know all the examples. He is very compassionate towards Jatayu. He is very compassionate towards Sampati. Then he is very compassionate to Nishadraj. Then Kaibat. So he was very compassionate. Compassion is basically his nature. But both Mother Sita and Lord Ram, that personification of compassion. Lord Ram exhibited his compassionate nature by accepting Vibhishan, who surrendered to him. He was so compassionate that he told that I vouchsafe security against all living beings to one who comes to me only once and seek protection from me, saying, Ram, I am yours, this is my vow. So we see that when Vibhishana has come and asking shelter at Lord Ram, everybody were opposing him. Only person only person Hanuman was, like saying, yes, you can give him shelter. Sugri basically he was the monkey king. He was telling, no, he is from the enemy side. How can Lord Ram you are giving him to shelter? But Lord Ram told no. If since he has asked, he has come to me and asking protection from me and telling that Rama, I am surrendered to you, then I'm going to protect him. This is my promise. Even Rama was so compassionate. He told Bibhishana, if Ravana is coming and asking me forgiveness, I'm going to forgive him. That much compassion Rama has. So Mother Sita was also no exception. He is a perfect match when the compassion part is concerned. Like if Rama is compassionate, Mother Sita is also not less compassionate. So when we discuss about our Krishna's pastime, we all say that Krishna is merciful, but Mother Radharani is more merciful. So to approach Krishna, we have to approach basically we have to approach Radharani. So similarly, Mata Sita is also very compassionate. He is also basically Karunamai. He has a lot of Karuna within her. So we see that in Ramayana pastime, when Mother Sita basically he was in Osak Batika, like so many demons were basically demoness basically were surrendering her and sorry, basically what they were surrounding her and they used to scare her. Like Ravana has appointed so many demoness just to scare Sita, that they should scare her so much that Sita basically will give up and Sita will basically accept Ravana as husband. So once all these demons were scaring Sita, that time Trijata came. Trijata came and Trijata basically was Bibhishan's daughter, and Trijata told these demons, like don't scare her. And yesterday I had seen a dream that Lord Ram is vanquishing Ravan and his army. So and since if that is going to happen, then we all have to sorry, we'll have to pray to Sita so that she is going to protect us. Then she told there is a beautiful prayer by Trijata. Basically she's explaining to all the other all her fellow companions that this Maithili, who is daughter of Janaka, is pleased just by only one obeisance is done to her, and she is capable of protecting all of us from the great impediment by telling us about us to Lord Ram, so that we are going to save. Basically, she is saying that though we are committing so many offenses, only to her, we're scaring her, we're doing so many unearths towards her. But if we little bit just to pay obeisances to her, she is going to protect us from the great danger. So we see in the Bibhishan's case, Bibhishana has not committed any offenses towards Ram. It was Ravana who was committing offense. But here in this case, Trijata is saying, though you are committing offenses to all these monsters, he is saying to Sita, but Sita is so virtuous. This Janak Nandini, basically, if you give any one obeisance to her, she is capable to protecting us from all of these great dangers, which I can see when Rama is going to kill Ravan. After that, we are going to face. So after that, basically what Sita is going to reply, we are going to see now. So then Sita replied that yadi tatatyam bhavayam saranam hivaha. Basically, then Sita said that if whatever you say means, if my husband is going to victorious, if that is going to come true, then definitely I'm going to protect you. So here we see that the demons did never, prayed or surrendered to Mother Sita, but still Mother Sita promised them protection, and finally she did that also. Now, often, like when we have so many sufferings, we try to blame certain things. Oh, because of this person that happened. Like suppose, like we are late to the office, right? We keep on blaming. Morning this happened, my maid did not come on time, the boss got late, my child did not eat on time, and like so many. And before night, I had slept late. So many excuses we give, and we try to put the blame on somebody else. Like if we see in the country, between countries also, something happened in one country put the blame on the other thing. So basically we can understand from Ramayana past time, what Mother Sita is saying, that who can we blame for our suffering? So now, once we saw that now this basically the demons basically were scaring Sita. Hanuman had witnessed already earlier that how these demons are basically they are scaring Mother Sita. So after the war, Hanuman, when Ravan was killed, Hanuman was very happy and he came and he informed Mother Sita that see Ravan is killed and now everything is done and Rama is basically here Rama is victorious and but Mother Sita, if you permit me, I want to do one thing. I want a blessing from you. Now, what blessing you want? Now, I wish to kill all these notorious female demons by whom you have been tortured earlier. Then in Valmiki Ramayana, very beautifully, Hanuman's description is there. Hanuman's anger is there towards these lady demons. The way Hanuman is telling that I'm going to kill them here. I'm going to give them a fist. I'm going to break their teeth. I'm going to give them a punch. I'm going to give them a fierce, like a slap on the ear. So many things that Hanuman is saying out of his anger and out of his happiness that Rama has won, and Mother Sita was tortured by these demons, and he's going to take that revenge kind of thing. And then Mother Sita explained Hanumanji that basically this is my karma because of which I have faced this. And why should I agree with the servant maids who are dependent on the king's command? Basically, these servants are basically dependent on Ravan's command, and they were basically just following and as an obedient servant to the order of Ravan. So then she narrated a story on moral conduct to Hanuman. So we all know the story of the bear and the hunter and the tiger. Basically, what happened? A tiger basically was chasing a hunter once. So then the hunter basically he saw a nearby a tree is there, so he ran and climbed up to the tree. So in the tree, basically, in the tree there was already a bear was already sitting. The bear was sitting on the tree and he was just taking a dose, taking a I think a little bit he was sleeping, he was browsing. Then the tiger told to the hunter, see the bear is sleeping there, and if you shake the branch, the bear will fall down. I'm going to eat the bear and I'll go. Otherwise, I'm going to kill you. So the human the man basically that moment, if what he thought sometime, then he shook the branch. Basically, the bear was falling. When the bear was falling down, he could hold the branch. Then he opened his eyes. Then the man who was did that basically he was very afraid. Down it was a tiger, and up the branch there is a bear. What to do? But bear didn't do anything. He saw there is a tiger down. Then he went upstairs and he again tried to sleep. Then again the tiger started talking to the bear from the bottom. That bear, why don't you shake the branch? The man will fall down. Then the bear told, no, I'm not going to do that because that is not part of my dharma. My dharma. Then the tiger tried to persuade the bear. See, he has done the wrong to you. Why are you not doing the wrong? Then bear told that it could be his dharma, but that is not my dharma. So on this, in the Ramayana, Mother Sita is telling a beautiful line to Hanumanji. Mother Sita says, Na parha papa madate parisham papa karanamam samaya rakhya vidutu santaha charita bhushana. Basically, Mother Sita is saying, what is for the saintly person, what is basically the ornament? So Mother Sita explained to Hanumanji that a superior person does not take into account the sin of those who have committed an offense evil for evil must be carried out at all cost. Basically, virtuous person's account good conduct as an ornament. Then later she says that a noble person should always show kindness towards a sinner or to a virtuous person or even to a person who deserves death. Because in this material world, there is not a single person who never commits a wrong. There is no one who never commits a wrong. Then she says, no evil is to be done, even for those cruel persons or sinful deed who take pleasure to harm the life of others. So we see from this example, we see how the compassion angle of Mother Sita is there. The next story we see about the Vatsalya Bhava, that Bhakta Vatsalya kind of thing is there, right? The love and affection part, we see about that. So during the stay in Chitrakoot, there is a beautiful pastime of a crow hunting basically Mother Sita. So once Mother Sita and Lord Ram was resting in Chitrakoot, then a crow basically came and he tried to basically poke into Mother Sita's feet. But then Lord Ram was resting. So then he poked in such a way that the blood was coming out. So Sita was having little bit pain on that. So Lord Ram was very infuriated by that. And what he did, basically he took a blade of grass against the crow and it became a Brahmastra and started judging the crow. The crow basically ran all around. He flew all around from this loco to that loco to find a shelter, but nowhere he could find a shelter because of Lord Ram, and no one could protect the crow. Finally, it came and fell at the feet of Lord Ram to save his life. But the way he was falling down, basically, his legs were pointing to Lord Ram. Generally, when you fall down to somebody's lotus feet, we fall down at the feet, at the feet with our head. But the crow, basically, he was not falling down. When he was falling down, he was falling down, putting his leg towards Lord Ram. So when Mother Sita saw this, she became very compassionate and thought, "Oh, this poor crow doesn't know how to surrender." So Sita lifted the crow and placed the head at the lotus feet of Lord Ram. So seeing this act, Lord Ram became very pacified and he spared the life of the crow. So this crow was saved. So we see that here from this example, how Mother Sita is a personification of affection and ready to accept any surrendered soul, and she can bring them close to Lord Ram. So we may have lot of like demoniac habit within us, but if we take shelter of Mother Sita, like we in Bhagavatam past we see that if we take shelter of Radharani, we can approach Krishna. Similarly, if we take up shelter of Mother Sita, we are going to get lotus feet of Lord Ram. From this cross example, we can see that. Now, another thing we see that Mother Sita basically, she epitomizes open-heartedness and how to basically show gratitude. Like our Radhanath Maharaj always says, attitude of gratitude, right? So from our Mother Sita's example, we can see that how to show gratitude, how we should be open heart, how we should be we should include everybody in our happiness. We this little bit discuss about that. The top picture we see that when Lord Ram is coming to Ayodhya, basically from after killing Ravan. He's from Lanka, basically with Pushpak women, he is coming. So when Sitaram and all the soldiers were returning to Ayodhya, when they were crossing Kiskinda, that time they were crossing the Kiskinda, and basically Kiskinda is the land of the monkey warriors who were defeating Ram. Basically, they were crossing over Kiskinda. Then Sita Mamaya said to Lord Ram that I'd be very pleased if I could return to Ayodhya in the company of the monkeys, all these monkeys and the wives of the monkeys. So Lord Ram could understand how compassionate and how Mother Sita is showing towards his open heart and gratitude towards towards the monkey warriors' wives. So Rama stops the chariot and the monkeys quickly get their wives, and then everybody returned as they seated and they continue on their way. So we see there are so many acharyas beautifully explained that how Ram and Sita both were gratifying these monkeys and these monkeys' wives. Because of them, Rama could find Sita, and because of them, basically Rama and Sita could united. Then next part we can talk about Sita's gratitude. Sita Maya is basically he was very compassionate. We know that, and then she was very happy when Hanumanji basically found her. Then when Hanumanji found her, basically Sita Maya immediately told that Hanuman, whatever you have done to me in my entire life, I could never, I could never repay you. I'm very happy and I am very much thankful to you. Similar, the same dialogue also we see that when Ramji basically told to Hanumanji when Hanuman came and informed about Sita's location. So after the coronation of Sita and Ram, the Hanuman also was present. So Sita wanted to give as a token of appreciation something to Hanumanji. So Sitaji basically she was wearing a necklace which Lord Ram had earlier given her, a pearl necklace he was wearing. So Sita basically unclasped the necklace and he wanted to give to Hanumanji. So she looked at Lord Ram. Lord Ram could understand what is in Sita's mind. So she agreed, and Sita, then understanding her intention, Rama asked that you can give this necklace to Hanumanji. So happily, Sita Maya basically he put this necklace on Hanuman's neck. So the next one we want to discuss about the oneness in thinking. Like basically when a husband and wife, how they are called the ideal husband and wife. In Rama and Sita's pastime, our actually always describe that they are ideal husband and wife. The ideal, basically, we can say the ideal couple. How they're ideal couple. Ideal couple means, that when husband is thinking want to do something, wife can understand that. So that way you can say that they're ideal, that wife and husband's thought is basically same. So Sita Maya basically in her body, mind, and word, she was totally surrendered to Lord Ram. In her heart, it was always Lord Ram was there. So now when there is a beautiful line described in Valmiki Ramayana after Lord Sita and after Mother Sita and Lord Ram Swayamvar, the Sita was fully into joy. She was very happy after marriage because she was got married to someone whom her father had chosen for her. Who is, like he was married to Lord Ram in the Swayambar. Lord Ram has won her, and Lord Ram has all the qualities. And on top of that, he has his father's voice also. So the Valmiki writes that just because of one reason, that he was her husband, Sita had love for Ram twice that of what he had for her. Like Valmiki writes, Sita had actually double the quantity of love that Rama had towards her. That love was so much that they used to speak with each other through their hearts. Like they don't have to speak something that do this, do that. Sita could understand what is in Ramji's mind. So before Ramji could say anything, Sita could do that. So during this Kaibat pastime, we see that when they are crossing the Ganga Ghat, the Kaibat was there, right? So in the Kaibat pastime, I heard that earlier also I have discussed about the Kaibat pastime, so I'm not going to deep into that. So in the Kaibat pastime, we see that when the Kaibat is basically crossing Lord Ramji and Sita Maya and Lakshmanji across the ferry, then uh, Lord Ram basically he wants to give something to the Kaibat. Basically, the Kaibat is crossing him, so he doesn't want to cross without paying him anything. That is the ideal behavior. If you take some favors from somebody, you have to give him something in return. So Sita Maya could understand. When Ramji has left, he has come basically as a come as a like Vanvasi he has come. He doesn't have any kingly facilities. Neither he has any necklace, or he has any jewelry, or he has any money within him. So Sita Maya could understand, and she has basically a beautiful ring. That ring could be very costly, with I think maybe some diamond or panda ring. So she removed it, and she gave it to Lord Ram, so that Lord Ram could give it to Kaibat. So from this we can understand that she could understand Lord Ram's mind. Why? Because her mind was totally surrendered to Lord Ram, basically. So another pastime we see that Mother Sita, when she was winding her pastime and going inside Mother Earth to her home, then there is a beautiful verse also described, and it says that Manasya Karmana Bacha Yatha Ramam Samachayam Tathame Madhavi Devi Vivaram Dhartum Arhasi, which means that if I have revered and worshipped Sri Ram fully with my mind, action, and speech, O Mother Earth, take me into you. After that, we see that in response to Mother Sita's words, the earth opened and proved that they're perfectly aligned in terms of their thinking, which manifested in their action and speech. So our acharyas always say that from this we can understand that our acharyas always say that in our body, mind, and word, we should always dedicate our life to Lord Krishna or Harikatha or about or for Supreme Personal Godhead. So in our body, or we should always do services. In our mind, we should always think about Lord Krishna or Lord Ram. And when we're uttering something, it should be Harikatha only. So our Acharya says, if you are not telling anything nice, rather you don't speak. So when Lord Ram became king after killing Ravan, he again sent Mother Sita to the forest due to some comments made by the Wasserman on Sita's chastity. Lord Ram knew that Sita is chaste, he is very pure. She didn't have any doubt. But to satisfy the citizens of Ayodhya for a greater cause, basically, she has banished Mother Sita to forest. So Sita, when Lakshmanji basically he went to drop Sita Maya in the forest, then Sita Maya says that second. Sita says that when people are blaming you, my lord, it is my responsibility to remove that blame because you are my supreme goal and shelter. Here we see that Lord Ram is doing the duty as an ideal king. Sometimes, like there is a ethics and there is a moral story, moral case. In the moral, basically one thing is right, the other thing is wrong. So it is very easy, like truth versus lies, then honesty versus dishonesty. These are kind of moral case. One is always right and the one is always wrong. So it is very to choose. But in this case, we see that both could be right. In case of ethic case, right, both could be right. A could be right and B could be right. So it is very difficult to choose between them. So in this ethics decision, we see that Lord Ram, for a greater cause basically he decided to do the duty of a king, and he instead he sacrificed the duty of a husband. So if he would have followed the duty of a husband, he would have a better comfort life. He would be happily staying. But instead, Lord Ram, he sacrificed his life. He sacrificed his his personal comfort. He sacrificed his family life. He sacrificed Mother Sita's companionship. So then Mother Sita, is an ideal queen also. She could understand what Lord Ram is looking at it, how Lord Ram is addressing this issue. So he was also in union with Lord Ram's thought. Like when we see that in current days, when something like this kind of happen and somebody tells something, there is so many frustration, so many things goes on, so many backbiting goes on. But in this case, Lord Sita, happily respecting Lord Ram's decision, happily she is going into the forest and she is staying in the Valmiki's hermitage. So Mother Sita says that when people are blaming you, my lord, it is my responsibility to remove that blame because you are my supreme goal and shelter. Mother Sita never thought anything else. She told that yes, Lord Ram's decision is final. So then the next one we discuss about the patience and the perseverance. So Mother Sita's ability to endure and preserve through her trials and tribulations we are seeing, basically there is no match to it. There is a abduction, there is a captivity, and the way he has handled this is basically exemplary. This exemplifies the importance of patience and perseverance in difficult situations. So Mother Sita was abducted by Ravan, and she was in Ravan's palace for a long period. Around, I think, more than 1 year, she was basically as a captive in Ravan's palace. But she waited for Sri Ram. As we discussed earlier, if she wanted, she could have killed Ravan and destroyed the Lanka entirely by herself. But she just waited for Lord Ram to come and rescue her. Then when again finally after the coronation, after this rumor, when again Mother Sita, like she went to Valmiki's ashram. She was again like asked to leave, so she went to Valmiki's ashram. So there also she did a spectacular job. Her sons then grew up and went on to defeat Lord Ram's army in the battle. So when we see that these days, there are so many cases are happening where parents are not staying together. So when parents are not staying together in the court, basically when they go, there are so many dramas goes on. One person talks the bad about the other person, and it goes on. Like no, they in fact no, they put so many poison in the child's mind. The child sometimes, like mother puts so many poison in the child's mind. The mother sometimes the child hates the father, or in the other case, the child sometimes hate the mother. But here we see that while staying in Valmiki's ashram, Mother Sita basically he could make the kids understand the good virtues. He could understand then how his father is a great king, how Lord Ram is a great king, and how Lord Ram is always standing by the virtues, how noble he is, how ideal king he is, how he's an ideal son, and how he is an ideal father. Everything he's trying to explain to Love and Kush. In fact, in Balmiki's ashram, Love Kush could recite the entire Ramayana. He could understand. They could recite the entire Ramayana, and they were also learning the archery and all kind of war anecdotes from Valmiki. So when there also the Jagya was going on, both Love and Kush basically he could defeat Lord Ram's army in the battle. So here, and another thing just wanted to share here is, like sometimes we see that, like life is not always a bed of roses, or somebody is not, like always coming with a golden spoon. So with Sita Devi's example, we can see Sita Devi basically, she was goddess of fortune herself. She was basically consort of, we can see, like we worship Lakshmi Narayan, right? She is Lakshmi herself. She took birth as princess of Mithila. Mithila basically is a very rich province, powerful province, and she is daughter to a king who was a Mahajan. Then she is married in Raghu dynasty. Raghu dynasty basically it hails to Raghu and Ikshaku, Harishchandra. So many powerful kings are there. Then she was daughter-in-law of Chakravarti Samrat Dasarathji. Dasarathji also was very powerful and very important during that time. And finally, she was consort of Lord Ram, who was supreme personality of Godhead. And look at the tribulations she has actually faced. Being a daughter of Janak, basically she was basically the princess. She has never she might have never like broken like no broken two pieces to do some work. She might not have done so many household work. But here in the forest, she is walking in the barefoot. Same Sita Maya who was during the Swayamvar time, we see that like so many dasis were walking behind her. So many elephants are going. They were going in a procession. The same Sita Maya, she's walking along with her husband in the forest, with her husband and the brother-in-law in a barefoot, wearing a simple sari, simple cloth and without any jewelries. And the ones who were staying in a palace, she is staying in a small, like mud hut or a hut from, like branches. Like in Ramayana, it describes how Lakshmanji used to cut branches and make a small hut for Ram and Sita to stay there. The princess was staying in a palace. She's staying in a small hut. And finally, she got abducted by Ravanji from Ravan. And from Ravan, basically, then what he does, he keeps her in the Osok Batika. There also so much torture goes on her. Mentally, she is tortured. The Rakshasis keep on scaring her. So it is raining, it could be scorching heat, and she's sitting under the tree, just waiting when Lord Ram will come. And finally, she is getting united with Lord Ram. When she is going to unite with Lord Ram after the war, Lord Ram asks her for the Agni Pariksha for the sake of the people. She does that and she comes out of that. Finally, the coronation ceremony happens. We think that yes, everything is happily going to ever after. After that, what happens? Again, the rumor spreads, and looking at the Rajadharma is a better picture. She basically goes to the forest to stay a ascetic life, and there she give birth to twins actually. So the love and course basically she is basically soul mother. The basically mother Sita basically she is the Jagajanani, she is goddess of fortune. The same mother earth, she wakes up early in the morning. For her kids, she goes to the forest. She breaks the twigs of the branches. She brings it and she cooks herself and feeds them. And so looking at this entire Ramayana we see is full of sacrifice and full of selflessness. It is starting from Dasaraji, he was selfless. Then we see Mother Kausalya, again she is a selfless mom. Then we see Lord Ram, she goes to forest, she has no attachment towards the kingdom. Then Lakshmana follows him. Then Sita also, he is selfless. Finally, we see all the selflessness, and finally we see Rama and Sita also. They are selfless toward each other's association also. For the sake of the citizen, Rama basically decided to live separately from Sita ji, and Sita also accepted it. So, so these are the good virtues we can learn and we can understand from Mother Sita, from Ramayana. There's so many pastimes are there, so many virtues are there. These few I thought we're going to discuss today, and it could be more. So, in conclusion, we can understand that the bhakti cannot be achieved by deception. You see that Ravana basically what he did, he tried to abduct Sita Maya in a disguise. By deception, basically, he tried to kidnap Sita Maya. But what happened? He basically got Maya Sita at the end. So our greed and lust, which Ravan basically he represents, it's never satiated. They lead to arrogance and envy. The attachments can increase, can create the traps and make us suffer like the way Ravan and his entire kingdom, they suffered. So in the pastime of Sita Devi, we see the beauty of her character in contrast to the ugliness of the palace politics. There's so many politics from Manthara and Mother Kaikeyi going on, not to make Rama as the king, not to coronate Rama as the king and Sita as the queen. Finally, what happens? Rama and Sita goes to exile. But still Rama and Sita, they don't have any hatred towards Kaikeyi or Manthara. Then Sita's love towards Ram, so basically it excels Ram's duty towards her. Then very gracefully, and she is accepting all the austerities in the forest, either it is either with Ram or without Ram. Then very intelligently he opposes Ravan when Ravan basically tries to persuade Sita Maya, or he tries to follow the Sam Dam Dandvat principle just to break the courage of Sita Maya. Then Sita basically was very steadfast and patient when she was in as a captive in Ravan's, like Osok Batika. Then the guards were basically trying to scare her. She could win over them. From Trijata's example, we can see that. Then her ferocious anger towards Ravan basically soothed by her constant meditation on Ram. So we say that our Acharya says that when we are in Vipralamba or separation, our love increases. From Sita Maya's example, we can say that Sita Maya is surrounded by so many monsters. We say that association matters, right? Look, we can understand from here. We see what association Sita Maya got. Sita Maya got the association of all the demons who were Ravan's associates. All the time they were telling to her, Ravan is great, Ravan is great, Ravan is great. But Sita Maya was constantly meditating on Lord Ram's lotus feet. That's why she could survive. Then her austerities under Osok tree basically make her more compassionate. So much compassionate. Those demons and these maids, servants of Ravana who were torturing her, she could forgive them. And finally, her unadulterated and unconditional love for Supreme Personal Godhead that has no bound. That's why, so whenever we utter Lord Ram's name, we always utter Sita's Maya's names first. Like we offer Radha and Krishna, right? We always tell Sita Ram, we always say like that. So there are so many things we can learn, so many things we can learn, so many lessons we can learn from Mother Sita. So this is what I have prepared for today. Maybe anything more if you want to add on, maybe we can share now. Thank you so much. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, सीता मैया की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, हरि बोल.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, can you just help me understand the many reasons why Sita Maya in the end, when the people accepted her and everything was nice in the end, why did she go back to Mother Earth?
Yeah, towards the end, basically, people have accepted, but when Lord Ram is um, uh, meeting says Balmiki, basically Balmiki is basically getting Sita Maya and love and kush. That time there was a condition that Sita Maya is going to have given again Agni Pariksha. Then that time Sita Maya told this already she has given one Agni Pariksha, again they're asking. So that time he decided, no, it is already time. And she has seen that her sons are already established here and their father is already there and everything is clear. So she decided that yes, my pastime is already going to end and now this is my time to leave this material planet. So she decided to leave and she didn't want to give she doesn't have to prove her chastity again because she knew that Lord Ram already knows that she is very pure and she is very chaste. There's a another pastime we can refer here that there was a Aswamedha Yajna was going on. That time, the sages approached Lord Ram that without wife you cannot do this yajna. So since Sita is not there and you don't have a wife, you have to marry again. So Lord Ram told, Sita is not there, what happened? I cannot marry again because I have taken the vow of Ekapatni Vrat. And though Sita is not there, we can have a Sita's golden statue and the statue will sit next to me and I will do this fire sacrifice. So Lord Ram never understood that Sita has any fault or Sita is guilty or Sita has anything less. So then when the common citizen so welfare this condition was again put that Sita has to do again this Agni Pariksha. That time Sita decided, no, it's enough. Then I have to leave. I have to leave and I have got. I have my pastime is coming to an end. The purpose for that Lord Ram has come to this material planet is already fulfilled. Now this is my time to leave. So that's why he actually basically she decided to go back to her abode. Then she went through Madarat to the heaven to her abode basically. Is that okay, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. If there is no other relation, any other pastime, otherwise maybe we can end today's discussion.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisance. All great Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for a nice class, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
I have a question, Mataji. We understand Sita Mataji's compassion, very forgiving in nature. And we also have instructions that, like for example, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, yes, you have to fight, you have to kill your relatives at the Kurukshetra war. So how do we understand when to apply compassion, when to be compassionate, and when should we do danda, means when to give punishment, And it could be even, let's say, as a parent and child. Because parent is compassionate, then the child just goes out of control. I mean, only compassionate without any chastisement. So how do we put this into context, Mataji?
It's a very beautiful question, Prabhuji. So from a child point of view, the way you told it, like, like patience and compassion kind of, compassion and the way, you handle the kids basically. Like at one time you have to be strict and the other time you have to be compassion kind of thing you were saying. And basically whatever we are doing, we have to see what is the outcome of it. If me becoming compassionate too much, if the other person is taking advantage of it and the outcome is not good, then that time maybe we have to be a little bit more strict on that. And side by side, if we see that, like if if the parent becoming strict, the child is basically getting into a negative set. Basically, sometimes if the parents are too much strict, the child basically what they do, basically they try to hide things. They are scared and they don't open up themselves. Then other problems start. So there should be a balance between when to be strict and when to show compassion. So sometimes, like we have to see that, like La Prabhupada says, basically you have to become like a coconut. Outer side, you should be very, very hard, like a shell, and inside it has to be soft. So you should have a balance between when to get strict and when to show compassion. So when we see, like Mother Sita's example, when you see, like when Ravan is coming, like Ravan has committed offense, so he is very much strict towards Ravan. He is basically, see, we see that she is holding a grass and she is not even looking at Ravan, and she is chastising Ravan, and she has and Mother Sita also has the strength to punish Ravan, but she is not doing that because of her virtues and her commitment towards Lord Ram. And side by side, these demons are there, the maid servants are there, whom Ravan is sending, that you scare Sita so much that like she is going to give up and she will basically lose her courage. So Sita is understand that these demoness and these maid servants, they are not at fault. Basically, they are sent by Ravan. So she is not like angry at them. In fact, she is more compassionate towards them. She is at the end when Trijata is requesting, she is telling that yes, they are not at fault. I'm going to tell Ram to forgive them. So these two examples, I think we can take from Chitamaya's example, like when to be strict and when to be compassionate.
Thank you,
Is this
Mataji.
okay, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Also, Mataji, I had another question. Is it correct that the first time Ramayana was spoken was by Love and Kush when they went to see their father in the assembly?
That's how
So
actually I think Ramayana is starting first.
it started from
Yeah,
there,
Valmiki
correct?
has, yes, first. That's why it is starting.
Okay.
The first, the Balakanda actually starts by the Lava and Kusa interaction and Lava Kusa's narration. Then the Swayambara, all those things is going on after that. All the discussion goes on after that. I think we're done. So can we end this class, Prabhu?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very wonderful, a nice class. Nicely explained about the qualities, lessons that we can learn from Mother Sita. An ideal example how one can be an ideal wife, ideal womanhood, and compassionate to all the living entities, and always having that steadiness in the thoughts, in the activities, in the dealings with the husband, with the brother, always that we can take that lots of lessons from Mother Sita. Very wonderful. Thank you so much for nicely explaining. Dear devotees, anything else anybody would like to add?
Prabhuji, just one fleeting thought that when Ram had gone to capture the golden deer, and when Sita Maya accused Lakshmana that you have set your eyes on me, that's why you don't want to go to save Lord Ram. I don't think she really meant that from the bottom of her heart. She just said it so that Lakshman could go to save Ram. Is that right?
Mataji, as far as my understanding, maybe other can rectify me here. Whatever we see Ramayana, Lord Ram, Sita, or Lakshmanji's pastime, basically all these things are basically a play portrayed by Lord Ram, Supreme Personality Godhead, so that we can take some lessons from it. So we see this golden deer pastime. We see that, right? Basically, this golden deer again, like coming as a false promise, like Marichi. Basically, he has come as a golden deer. It's a like it's a false. Basically it's a false. So and gold is there, so it shows the attachment. So this earlier we talk about in Bhagavad Gita always we talk about it from this attachment what happens. So basically this symbolizes that. So Mother Sita basically is playing a role over here. So whatever discussion, whatever is going on, it's basically is part of that. Though there is no intention behind it. The main intention is basically a lesson for us how we are going to take it. The attachment towards the golden deer basically from that like how all these anarthas is coming one by one, then how Ravana is coming out of a deceit, and in the deceit basically he's trying to capture Bhakti, which is Mother Sita, and he's not getting that. Instead what he's getting no illusion Sita he's getting. So from that illusion again what is happening, he is having this ahankar is happening and ego is happening. At the end entire Lanka is getting vanquished.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Very nice. As we always see that as Mataji mentioned that it's a pastime, it's a lila. The Yoga Maya intervenes in the Lord's pastimes. Yoga Maya intervenes when not really that it's Mother Sita's nature or quality or anything like that, but in this case of when dealings with such situations, that's where really Yoga Maya comes and make things happens like this. But that is not that's not a fault, or that's not a bad side of Mother Sita or anything that abusing or Lord Lakshman. Is that bound to happen? Certain things bound to happen. This is about that always. Everything is positive in the drama. Nobody likes that drama. There should be loads of twist must be there, and negativity, positivity, so many different stages of life. All this. So it's Yoga Maya intervenes to make this happen. That's the director, right? Yoga Maya is the director there. Everybody plays in the leelas of the Lord as per the direction of the Yoga Maya. This all bound to happen. But what exactly we try to understand from Mother Sita, then not that also Mother Sita has all her qualities as well. As we all know that Mother Lakshmi, or the expansions of Srimati Radharani, is manifesting here. And it's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Prabhu, the Ramayana will continue all this week?
No, up to next 2 days, up to this end of this month. Then Thursday we'll start again, lecture of devotion.
Okay.
Yeah. So this entire month is Ramayana month. We started at the temple every Sunday. That is the pastimes of Lord Ram, the glories of Lord Ram. Entire month we were covering at least the Ramayana, and it is beautiful. That pretty much went through the styles is Ramayana in the entire. Okay. So and yeah, so all your information after the next of devotion will be taking Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that will be a nice section for Purnama is coming. We'll be also starting some sections of the Gaurapurina Chaitanya Charitamrita to understand more about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it's in March. So we will finish the next of devotion and then we'll start the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is again systematic study of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is amazing, wonderful, wonderful scriptures. Okay, thank you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Babu, Dandavat Pranam to everyone. I have one. I want to know about the Kagbhusundi actually. Do you know about the Kagbhusundi? How it is related to the Ramayana?
Prem Sarovar Mataji, can speak.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Kagbhusandi pastime Prabhuji, I think it's mentioned in the Balakanda. So Kagbhusandi basically he was a sage, and in some scripture it mentioned that he gave teachings to Narad Muni also. So Kagbhusandi has a doubt that whether Lord Ram is really supreme personal Godhead or not. So once Mother Kausalya was feeding Ram some malpua or something like that, and that time she had some household work, so she left. So Lord Ram was basically he was alone and eating the small malpua piece. He was eating. I think baby Ram he was just little crawling and she was eating. She was eating in bite, one bite, two bite, picking it from the floor. She's basically eating. And these beautiful pastimes we hear, right? That Humakachala Ramchandra, all these beautiful bhajans are there. Dasratha and all these Ranis are how they are captivated and mesmerized by Ram's beauty and the way Ram is speaking softly. So Kakabusini has a doubt. Is he really Supreme Personality of Godhead? Is he really the God of the entire universe, the three worlds, the three planets are there, all these planets, his 14 planets are there. Is it really the Lord? He wants to test. So what he did, he took little bit of this piece of sweet malpua Lord Ram was eating. He just take little bit in the beak and he started moving. Little bit portion he took and he started, and first he goes and sits on the window. So Lord Ram saw it and he could understand that Kaghusati has come to test him. So he went near the window and he asked, "Give me my roti back, my malpua back." So Kaghusati went little bit far away. Again, Lord Ram crawled and to the terrace, and they again he cried, "Give me my roti back, my malpua back." So Kaghusati also did not go. Then he had to test it more. So he flew away. Then when he was flying, he saw that a hand is following him. Basically, Kaghusandi is going to Swargaloka, Martaloka, all these lokas he is going with this little bit of sweet in his mouth, in his beak, and Lord Ram's hand is going behind, the crying face is going behind him, that give me my food back to him. So and finally he could realize, and he went I think to the Kailas mountain. There he could realize that after that he understood that yes, Lord Ram is basically Supreme Personality Godhead, and he is Aradhya of Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and he is the creator. He is basically Lord of the universe. He could realize that. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes. So Kagbhusundi actually was the very
Yeah,
great
he was a
sage
sage. He was a big sage actually.
and become the crow later.
Yes, he became the crow and he wanted to test Lord Ram.
Oh, okay, got it. Mataji. Haribol Mataji. Thank you. Haribol.
Haribol, Prabhu.
Haribol to everyone. Dandavat Pranam to everyone.
Okay, Jai. Thank you so much, devotees. Who will be? Somebody was speaking. Okay, so we'll be concluding the Ramayana next 2 days, and tomorrow is the the pastimes of Lord Vibhishan and the qualities and the lessons that we can learn from Vibhishan. So please join, and then we'll conclude the entire Ramayana on Wednesday, and then also the pastimes or the stories of Valmiki, the sage Valmiki. It's very nice to hear and understand, and also the lessons of the sage Valmiki as well. It's so wonderful. Please join, and then we'll start the temple of devotion as we were taking continuing that. So thank you so much again, and let's conclude today's class praying Vancha Kalpatarupasya Prabha Sindhu Bhevaja Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. वैष्णव वृंद की जय, वंदराज श्री रामायण की जय,
जय
श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, सिया राम लक्ष्मण जी की जय, अयोध्या धाम की जय, वाद की जय, नंद गौड़ी वैष्णव वृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंद।
हरि हरि बोल।
थैंक यू।